And that's it. We are officially live. Yay. Okay. This is so exciting to be back in this format because last time was awesome. I have my laptop in front of me so that I can answer your questions if you have any in the chat, but this is pretty exciting actually. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Wow, midnight? Damn, Mark. Thanks for hanging out. EU gang. Yeah, okay. EU gang represent. I've never been to Europe, funnily enough, actually. So that's a bit funny. Oh, my little mode thing on my camera has decided to betray me a little bit. 1 second, I'm gonna turn off the display screen showing you that my battery is half dead. Okay. Should the screen disappear, then I will just very quickly go grab a second battery from this little bag right here and go from there. Okay? This is my first time connecting through my actual camera instead of filming on my phone, which gave us that beautiful 720 potato, you know? All right. Oh no, the 29-minute thing, that is the limit upon which the camera will decide to stop recording and go to sleep. It's really frustrating. Anyway, I'm gonna try to fix that display. So bear with me 1 moment, guys. Ooh, I am relaxing in my Sunday best here. Oof. Okay. I don't think that fixed anything. Oh no! Where's the little info button? Can't see it on the back of the phone. There we go. I'm good at technology. Not really. Good morning, everyone. That's so exciting. Wow. This one was kind of last minute, so I was like, even if like 10 people show up, we're gonna hang out. We're gonna have a good time. Okay. Hello, greetings from the Netherlands. Greetings from Australia. Oh, hello from Melbourne. Yeah, nice, 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 nice. It is nice to have something happening in my time zone. Isn't it just? I feel like everything goes live, and all my friends overseas, they're busy having fun on other videos while I am asleep. Sometimes my sleeping schedule's a bit messed up. Uh, Hi everyone, or good night. Oh yeah, I didn't do my intro. Gosh. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever applies to you. Welcome to the live stream. I'm so keen to have you all here. We're just going to hang out, same format as last time, because this time I have just hit my 150K milestone, which is nuts. But in addition to that, it has also been 1 full year on YouTube for me now. I know I was didn't never thought that I would be able to keep that up for so long, but I really enjoy it. I love chatting with you guys. I love making reaction videos, and yeah, here we are. All right. Oh, we had a little super chat there from Damien. Thanks, Damien. I appreciate that. Ah, greetings from Korea. Wow, it's amazing just how many different places you guys are from. It's truly incredible. Like the world is so big, but it's also so small on the internet. You can have friends in Europe, you can have friends in Korea, you can have friends in the States, and now we're all here in this live stream, which is nuts. Pennsylvania, does 1 a.m. count as morning? I would count it as morning. The real question is, if you haven't gone to bed yet and you're eating in the morning, is that still breakfast? I don't think so. But That's because to me it's the first meal of the day. And by day, I mean when I've just woken up. All right. Oh, we got Elizabeth here? One sec, I gotta hunt through these comments. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Yeah. Gosh. You guys are so supportive. It's honestly nuts. You got me hooked on Bandmade. I mean, that's a pretty decent band to get hooked on, Magnus. That seems like a pretty cool thing to be listening to. I loved their music. And not loved as in past tense and no longer. I mean, I still love their music. I have more reactions coming. I think I promised a puzzle reaction, but sorry, distracted. Kirk says, anytime you break your fast, it's breakfast, French toast anytime. I mean, I'm not mad at breakfast foods at any hour of the day. I think for me, it's just like the psychology of it. Like if I've slept in till 2 p.m. and I wake up, that is now breakfast, whatever I'm eating. It is not lunch. It is not afternoon tea. That is breakfast. If it's 1 a.m. and I'm eating, it's usually to soak up the alcohol. You guys. Thank you for introducing me to so many new artists. Thank you guys for introducing me to so many new artists. I feel like my listening tastes have been able to expand dramatically because of you guys, your suggestions, and the fact that you keep up with the different suggestions. It's not always the same band, it's like different groups from here and there. And then we get to kind of explore that music together, or at least me for the first time, but then you get to like live vicariously through my first watching experience. Sometimes there are some songs where I have listened to it before because I've taught it before, but those are the ones where I will say, I obviously know this song. Case in point, the Leah Salonga, which I now know is pronounced Leia. Me and every other person who has ever said that name around me has been wrong their entire lives. So Leia Salonga, I am very familiar with the song that I reacted to from her. So, no bones about it. All right, we got a couple of other super chats. Rainbow Warrior. Thanks, man. That's really cool. Ah. And then we've got James. Hello from California. Oh, so is that like SoCal? Sorry, I know I should probably know that, but I don't. Um, I don't know the abbreviations for lots of different places around the world. I might have heard it in a movie, perhaps, but yeah. So hello from California. 150K is very deserved. Keep up the good work, and thanks for well broken down videos. They help. Looking forward to more. Thanks. Thanks for that. I too am looking forward to more. Purely just because I love music. This is a very like relaxing setup for me actually. I feel like I get to explore music in a way there's not as much pressure, if that makes sense. Like I don't feel as pressured. Sometimes I'm worried that I'll miss something that's like really obvious to someone who's listened to it quite a few times, but then usually that's where Caption Julia comes in, but there's only so much I can rely on Caption Julia. It's a good thing she can't be here right now, or she might, I don't know, pull my hair. All right. Love the ginger reactions. Yeah, thanks, Anne. So nice to watch you not being another fake reaction channel. Thanks, on Andreas. Andreas? Yeah. I would like to think that things aren't fake. I watched Chase's, I think it was like on the reaction scene. I did not know just how much shenanigans apparently the reaction scene gets up to, because I feel like the people that I speak to, which is basically Chase, Elizabeth, and then Kirk by extension, is I just that's kind of my bubble. And then there's a couple of other reactors as well that are in the same Discord as me, and then that's it. So I don't get to see any of like the pettiness or the fighting or any of that. Not really. Oh well. If other reaction channels are fighting amongst themselves, they can do that. Well, me and me and my reaction friends will just be having our onesie parties, which will happen at some point. At some point. I'm hoping to invite you all. Ooh, we got a few more questions here. Oh, hey, Page Monster. Hey, some of you are like OG subs, and I do remember you because when you first put up your videos and people comment, you're just like, people watched and then wanted to say something that wasn't necessarily mean. Yay! So that's exciting. Oh, goodness. Okay. Yeah, hi. Oh, sleep well, Paige. Sleep well. Loved your reaction for Demolisher by Slaughter to Prevail. That was funny. The more I think about the Demolisher video, the more I actually enjoy it. Is that weird? I don't know. I think once you get through that adjusting period, you start to hear details that you didn't hear before. And just like anything, it's kind of like if you see something that's really brightly colored, your eyes might be like shocked for a little while, but then you can kind of dive into those details and and see them once your eyes adjust. It's the same with your ears. Sometimes if there's an overwhelming amount of things happening or something that's shocking you weren't expecting or that you haven't necessarily heard before in that capacity, it just takes a little while to adjust. But thank you so much for the love on that video actually, because yeah, I always feel a little bit guilty. Oh, you have a square frame on your face. Oh, that'll be from the thing. The thing. Yes, that's keeping me in focus. I don't know how to turn that off. Oh no. How do I how do I turn that off? My goodness. Oh, in the meantime though, we've got Live Above, which is Ray, going from Hello from Indiana. Have you seen Morissette's newest Could You Be Messiah? No vocal gymnastics, but pure passion. I have not yet. I will be checking out more Morissette. We tend to run into a little bit of a copyright thing with some of the Filipino artists, so it makes it a little bit tough sometimes to churn out just those reactions. Unless, of course, you don't really care about copyright, but it's nice to care about copyright sometimes. Um, Sir Elcorn, Julia, your wonderful 150k is insane. No doubt this will just be the beginning for you, though. I look forward to more amazing videos. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Oh, God. Okay, move your head into the frame, then it's as intended. Oh, God, Elizabeth has my back. Is that actually going to be a thing? Oh, I keep moving my head the wrong way. Is it? Is it there? Oh, no. It's not turning off. I don't know how to make it. I'm just blindly fumbling now. Ah! I don't know how to do this. Oh, okay. Royce, any plan to react to Aussie's Matt Corby, maybe? I could react to Matt Corby. God, head in frame. Go away, box. Ah! I could react to Matt Corby. The problem there is he's on Aussie radio like almost every damn day. So there is no way that I have not heard his music. So that would be a genuine breakdown and not a first time reaction. There's actually a rule um, that says I think it has to be at least, was it 25%? Yeah, I think 25% of music on Australian radios has to come from Australian artists. So the way they get around that is they play the same popular artists that are going to get lots of ears over and over and over and over again. So instead of actual Australian artists getting more airtime, it's usually just the same few artists that get airtime. I don't know if that rule has changed since then, but my goodness. All right. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Yes, Christopher. Oh my. Yes, we have plans. Okay, so Jacob says, congrats on 150k. I think you may be a genius or something like that. The way you break down and enjoy each song is truly comforting. Well done. That is very kind of you to say. I am by no means a genius. In fact, I am going to be working every day of my life to be learning new things and to get more comfortable with the things I don't understand. But I do enjoy what I do, and that means that the time I spend breaking things down and listening to stuff is actually really enjoyable. Yeah, okay, this box is driving me nuts. Why you do this? Goodness. So sorry about the radio. Well, I mean, unless you're the one who decides that, Garrick. I mean, are you? Are you really? Julia is lying. She is a genius. Elizabeth. How am I meant to react when you're so supportive? God. Okay. Just like Despacito over and over and over. Bleh. Yeah, yeah, basically. Okay, I'm now in the box and it's not disappearing. How do I make you go away? What camera do you have? I have a Canon M50. I mean, I was a potato on my phone, but I didn't have this issue. Let's click buttons that I can't see and hope for the best. Nope. Nope. Oh dear. Should I don't know. Should I turn autofocus off? Ooh. Face finder. Yes, I'm suspecting that might be the case too, Dale. I am going to try. Oh, Damien. Oh, goodness. Congratulations, deserved. Please check out First Aid Kit. Emmy-O? Live Polar Music Festival and Winter Sun, Sons of Winter. Okay, I need to very quickly screenshot that before it goes away. There we go. Would you be willing to react to the documentary Metal: A Headbanger's Journey? It's an interesting story about how metal became what it is. I would probably love to just watch that in my own right. Mostly because my camera would definitely die between then and when I need it. Speaking of, once this camera does die, I have a little battery that I'm going to be putting in there real quick. It is somewhere. Maybe it's in my room. Maybe I should have prepared a little better. I spent the time to make tea, just to my left, and didn't spend the time making sure I have my spare battery next to me. Gosh. Okay. The box is kind of growing on me. Oh, thanks. Okay. Zesty pancake. Oh, do I dare do that on camera? I don't know. That little ah thing, that correlates to a very specific sound. I don't know if I'm game for online. This live stream could go down in history as the box that won't go away. It could definitely be like that. In my opinion, you should not worry about that box, but if it is driving you insane, we cannot have that. No, I'm not. I have too much left to do. Oh God, that's the flashy button thing. Okay, I'm gonna need to go and desperately get my thing. Just give me one more moment, guys. Oh, running away now. I'll be back. Fully charged battery. Yes, nice. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh no. Unlike my ring light, I can't get to the camera unless it's at the bottom. This is not working. Okay. Congrats on the 150, mate. I've watched your Corey Taylor snap video countless times. Any plans on doing more? Maybe through the glass by Stone Sour. I could definitely do more Corey. Yeah, he was super impressive. Rainbow Warrior. I couldn't figure out how to enter a message last time. I hear you need to do My Mother Told Me by Voice Play and Jose Rosario soon, please. I hesitate to give timelines for things because whenever I think I've got a bunch of time coming up, it winds up getting obliterated by some other activity. All right, I'm panicking about that little thing. So we're going to go dark. I'll keep talking and we'll go from there, okay, guys? So just bear with me a hot minute. Ah, so many noises. Get a beautiful side profile here just for now. Give me one moment. All right. How old are you? We established this last time, Raf. I am 1003 years old. Call redhead blueies. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, mate. I couldn't tell you. Where is my... Oh, gosh. Not organized at all. All right, we're going dark before this thing dies. And then I will be back. Gosh, that's how it feels living in a box. Yes. Tis me. Is this going to be a meme now? I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. All right, going dark. Bye, guys. I'm still here, by the way. Oh no. There we go. It's happened. Alrighty. So I'm gonna have to very quickly just change my battery over. You should be able to hear me. Still, can anybody hear me out there? Oh my god, this is a train wreck. Oh, wow. Okay. Battery, eek! And now a word from our sponsors. Oh no! It's timed. Oh no. I am okay, good. I'm so glad you can still hear me. Can you hear my panic in the background? I'm trying to very quickly unscrew the camera from my tripod. It is going as well as can be expected. Radio Julia. Oh gosh, I had the spare battery. What did I just do with it? It's on the ground. Relax, guys, it's on the ground. This would never happen on the Charismatic Voice. They are way too organized. This live stream is very risque. This live stream is just one ginger doing her best, okay? And her best is pretty average. So here we are. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's try round 2 of using the camera. And should this one die astronomically quickly, like the other one, that didn't even last, what, half an hour? No, it lasted 23 minutes. Pathetic. Oh, look. Is this my face? Oh, it is. Wait, I have to push out a little more. And now we are going to hide. Ooh. Ugh. That is a weird angle. You know what? I warned the people that I live with not to use that door, so if you see a random, that means they ignored me. Give yourself more credit. I'll give myself credit when I can make this box go away. She's gone full potato. I've gone full potato. Oh gosh. There we go. We're back to just the box. Love your red hair. Any Scottish in your family? Yes, a bunch of Scottish in my family, actually. I have background is Scottish, Irish, Welsh, English, a little bit of German. So basically, there was no way I was not going to be absolutely pasty. Oh, look, I can see you now. Should be your AF setting. You know what? I'm gonna check that right now. Oh wait, no, I don't think I can. I'd have to unlock. I'd have to take the cable out once more. Oh my god. Use the super chat dollars for a power adapter. I didn't know that they could get external power adapters. Wow, your viewer count increased during the blackout. You know what they say, face for radio. Just the box. Julia's new podcast coming to Spotify soon. Oh my god. Mortal enemies of the sun. Oh yeah. No, me and sunlight. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, no, no. Gosh. Please react to Aurora through the eyes of a child at that church in Norway. Okay, I shall. Box lives matter? Oh my gosh, guys. How am I meant to handle it when you guys are so funny? Oh God. Don't leave us in the dark again, please. Congrats on the 150K from Sydney. Love your videos. You're amazing. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. Oh, Damien sent another one. What kind of creature is Bazza? So curious. And how long have you had them? Bazza is a crow, mouthy little fellow, likes to squawk a lot. Bazza enjoys waiting for when I start filming, and that's what he does. He's like, "Ooh, I heard the camera go on. I've heard her swear several times because the recording function isn't working. That is my cue to start squawking." Oh, we have similar ancestry backgrounds. I'm another pasty girl, but I didn't get your lovely red hair. I got the boring brown. Brown isn't boring. Brown is sleek and classy. Show up with hair like this, people just assume you're gonna be a bit rowdy. Which, I mean, are they wrong? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. The box made an L on her forehead. Where is it? Ah! How do I make the... There we go. Cool. Eh. Oh, wait, this one. No? There we go. Cool. Reacting to the box. The top lines indicate that the box is in head voice, and the bottom is where it is using its chest voice. Do we have an Opeth reaction soon? No, we don't have an Opeth reaction at the moment. Would you like an Opeth reaction? I'm not familiar with that group in any way, shape, or form, but I guess that's no different to other groups that I've reacted to who have uh, who I've never listened to before. I don't know why my thought train decided to derail in the middle of that sentence, but here we are. Has a squawking crow. I have a chirping cricket. There's just one animal that you start filming, and on the inside, it's just like, and then it just goes for its life. So your bird wants to be a cat. I mean, it's not my bird, it's just a wild bird that likes to mess with me. What's the camera you're using? I'm using a Canon M50 because when I started this, everyone was like, you should get something that's like not that expensive. But I was like, but I don't want it to be so cheap that the videos look bad. And then this one was like that nice, like middle range where it's like, I'm in a pandemic. Not a whole lot of performing work going on right now. So this is the one we landed with. But perhaps I could upgrade at some point. I don't know. The whole 30-minute the whole 30-minute limit on the filming thing is really annoying. I'd love to see you react to Lark and Poe, especially their song Mad as a Hatter. They are very, very good and just about your age too. They're 1,003 years old as well. Wow. I don't get to meet any millennials. Not in this day and age. Yes, we'd love an Opeth reaction. Is there a song? Opeth is a group, right? Like that's the name of the group. Give me a name of something you'd like me to react to. Who would you like to react to? Okay, so I'm constantly thinking about what I would like to react to. And part of that decision-making process is I want to react to everything, which of course is not a decision-making process. So deciding what song to put up next is a little bit stressful. Ultimately, I like the genres that I've been doing at the moment. So kind of like you have your metal reactions, which I've been super enjoying, just because of the technical musical elements in it. It makes for really interesting listening to me as far as musical arrangement, to do with messing with time, to do with more of those complex musical ideas. I hear more of that in the metal that I've been listening to, and to me, it's almost musically it's a little bit more similar to when I'm listening to jazz that no one wants to listen to, because every now and again you hit a song and people listen to it and they just go, mm, 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 mm. And the only way that people enjoy it is because they either understand what's going on, or they've been forced to listen to it to the point where now they can appreciate it. But yeah, okay, Opeth, Harlequin Forest. Okay, okay. The 30-minute limit used to be a global requirement. Ah, Canon is lagging. Canon, bruh, come on. Okay. I cannot believe there's over 300 of you in this live stream. That is amazing. Can you react to Spirit Box next? I could. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, so I've got all the metal reactions. Wow, my brain just really has been derailing today, hasn't it? This is why it takes me so long to edit. So we've got the metal reactions, which I absolutely want to keep doing because I've just been enjoying it. It's basically an entire area of music that I haven't listened to before. I mean, I'm obviously more familiar with it now because it's been a year on and you guys have been like giving me some awesome recommendations. Oh, we got a couple of super chats. 1 second. Nemesis says, I know you said you already know Breaking Benjamin, but have you heard Matthew Goodband? I have not, so I could potentially check them out for sure. Henrik said, hi, big hello from Denmark. Would you some point react to Angelina Jordan's cover of Seventh Heaven or All I Ask? I can definitely put these on my list, but as I was just explaining, I'm really bad at the whole deciding what I want to put up thing. It's almost easier when I just have one thing to focus on, but because I've got so many genres that I want to react to, it's hard to decide. You are a redhead who lives in Australia with an aversion to the sun, crying laughy face. Yes, hilarious. It honestly is, because the place where I was born is like one of the hotter parts of Australia as well. And the sun here is no joke. No joke, guys. If I spend like 5 minutes in direct sunlight, like in the middle of the day, I can feel it biting me. Like it actually feels like it's biting me. Whereas other places that I've been to, so like for example, the sunlight in other countries overseas, I never got the same sensation. So I didn't actually realize just how harsh the sun is here until I went somewhere else. Henrik says, oh wait, I already read that one. Kirby says, hi Julia, congrats on reaching 150k subscribers. Thanks. That's really cool. Mark says, congrats on 150k. Autofocus box can only be removed by turning off autofocus. Big advantage of being pasty is that tattoos look better. When are we getting I'm Not a Vampire? Okay. I'm not a very good liar, so I need to be honest with you. I filmed my I'm Not a Vampire reaction and I've edited it and I haven't uploaded it because the audio did something funny and I'm really unhappy with anything that is of seemingly subpar quality to what I normally put out. So I can always, if you wish, I can put that up if you really want it. I don't know. I just get frustrated if something is not to the same standard that I normally put it at, whether that be my camera did something funny or the audio is being useless. I don't know why I get so many audio errors. You'd think that that would be the one thing to not screw up, press record, bounce it. But there's quite a few things that tend to screw up with that for me. Could also be because sometimes I'm rushing to get it done, so I don't realize. But yeah, so if you want that reaction, I can, of course, put that one up. Or alternatively, I could refilm it for you guys and let you know that I've already seen it and put that one up so that the whole like quality control is there. So thank you for asking that one actually, because I kind of wanted to get that out of the way. Purely just because I don't want to. I feel like I've just sort of hit a I sort of just like hit a certain standard of what I expect from myself when it comes to these videos. So as much as they are a hobby, I do like take pride in what I put out, and anything less than that, unacceptable. But if you want it, let me know. Um, and sorry, I'm just reading your comments. Guys, you were so funny. But yeah, let me know, and I will, I don't know. Maybe I could, gosh, I don't know what to do with that because I flipping loved that song. So the other part of me has like not listened or watched it since it was released, purely just because, um, purely just because I want to leave as much time as possible if I do need to refilm. But yeah, gosh, I'm gonna keep up with you guys. Paul says 100% in agreement with you, Julia, on the Australian song compared to the rest of the world. Yep. The hotter part of Australia is like saying the hotter part of the oven. I mean, you're not wrong. That is very true. She's thinking outside the box. Yay! Oh God. No drink. Actually, I do have a drink. I have my one of my favorite drinks right here, a lovely cup of tea, which I'm terrified of spilling on my laptop because, yes, I am that uncle. Yes. Wasn't going to take like a humongous slurp because then we might run out of. Might sound a bit sus. Okay, congrats on 150k autofocus box. Can only be removed by turning off autofocus. Yeah, okay. When are we getting I'm Not a Vampire? That was the one I read. And then Useless Rogue says, just going to throw out a Home Free Butts reaction remix suggestion. Fun fact, I learned about them yesterday. They can all beatbox to some extent. That's really cool to know. Ah, Kirby, man, thanks. Elizabeth is becoming a metal goddess. Yeah. Okay. I want to catch up on some of these comments, you guys. You're so funny. Oh gosh, I can see we've got some things in the background. Anybody for Secret Hitler? This game ruins lives and friendships. I kid you not. You can't trust anyone. Your belief in other people is gone. We have Secret Hitler, and then the game I will actually play called Articulate, because I am pretty good at that game. Articulate? Whew. You want me on your team, trust me. Okay. It takes a week or two to hear from you. I am mad. Am I mad? I don't know. No, my upload schedule definitely gets kicked in the guts because got I've got too much on. I've got too much on. I would love, okay, in an ideal world, I would love to have 3 uploads a week. In an ideal world, I would love to have 3 uploads a week, a metal upload, either musical theater or K-pop, and then an artist who is like maybe an international artist who's really popular who I haven't heard before. Because all of these different genres that I love, I feel like I can't keep up with them because I just want to put them all out because I love the metal. I'm really enjoying diving into the K-pop because, fun fact about me, I actually worked for an entertainment company before which trains idols. I was a vocal coach for an trainee intake. So as far as what's expected of them and what they have to go through, I was the person doing that to them. So it's it was an adjustment period and it really opened my eyes to the expectations of entertainment, but also of that industry in particular. It wasn't in Korea, so that's why I'm not as familiar with some of the K-pop groups, but working there meant that I have a little bit more of an insight sometimes on things that you might not necessarily expect them to be going through. So that's why I really like reacting to K-pop because there are going to be things in there that I will hopefully be able to comment on that perhaps another person might not notice just because of their background, just because of where you've worked, the styles you've sung, etc. So if that's of interest to you, I'm happy to comment from there. Technically, I'm not allowed to mention the company that I worked for. Yeah, it's like that. No, I wasn't fired. I had to come back to Australia. But yeah, that's why I've got that interest there. But I also really like learning about these international artists who are just insanely good at what they do. Golly, golly, gosh. Are you from Alice Springs? No, not quite. Closer to the equator. Even closer. Okay. Refilm, not a vamp. Okay. You know what I might do? I will um I will put the original video for my reaction to I'm Not a Vampire, perhaps as like an unlisted link, which I will post if people want to watch it. Oh, I don't know, is it worth it? And then release the refilmed version, like officially. I don't know, the idea of a bloopers channel. I don't know if I would be able to handle that, having even more stuff. You never want to lose at Secret Hitler. No, you never want to lose at Secret Hitler. And the worst part is the one person you trust the entire time, when they shoot you, it's I don't know what to say except for how dare you and I can't believe I trusted you. Mm. Oh yeah, I don't know if it's banned in Germany. To be honest, it's not exactly PC calling a game Secret Hitler. I can't understand every word, but here I am. Thanks, Alejandro. I hope I said your name right. It's your gig. Do what you feel is right. We know you've seen that vid, so I want to see your best. Sending love from San Jose, California. Thanks, guys. Losing trust in humanity, that implies I had some. I feel like I could just giggle I could just sit here reading the live chat and just be like, Secret Hitler doesn't get made anymore, does it? I don't know. I mean, maybe it was just a short release. It's not my game, it's one of my housemates' game, but we just store them under the table with Articulate and like playing cards and Throw Throw Burrito. Which, quite frankly, the only fun part of Throw Throw Burrito is squeezing the burritos. That's it. Um. Okay. I want to see charismatic voice and Julian Ireland doing windmills like Floor Jansen. Yeah. You want a game that will really hurt friendships? Play Munchkin. What's Munchkin? I've never heard of that game. Arguably, every board game destroys families if you take it seriously enough. Oh yes, but some are like team related things, like Articulate. Unless of course you're on a bad team, and by bad team I mean you just don't think on the same wavelength, therefore the answers don't come as easily. Landing on person or world, I am the weakest link when we land on those. Ah, Kirk's here too. Wow. Honestly, I'm gonna start saying some thank yous at some point and go from there. Grats on 150K. Thank you. Oh, Aderin? Aderin. I'm just gonna call you Trigger Happy. Dearest Julia should go for Rule of Nines one take by Spirit Box. I will give that one a go. I think I've been asked to react to that one like since almost a year ago, actually. Yes. Anyone else watch every upload from both Julia and Charismatic Voice because their content makes different genres seem relatable? Aw, thanks. I'm just muddling my way through. I mean, I'm probably muddling my way through a lot more than than Elizabeth sometimes. I feel like some of her insights are just like, whoa, you're like you're so smart and educated. Um, I think we have like I would hope that we have like slightly different takes sometimes though on certain things. I do know that I definitely lean on the mostly gonna talk about the vocal process of stuff. I don't have quite as much insight for any of the compositional elements, but there we go. As far as I'm not a vampire, perhaps you could film a new opening and ending with a disclaimer about the audio. I could. But also with Falling in Reverse, I binged almost all of their music because I couldn't help myself. Like, I really, really enjoyed it, which means any new video will be a breakdown. My problem if I enjoy something too much is my analytical brain just wants to shut off, so it's not as good as it could be as far as a breakdown analysis goes. Oh, you've introduced my 7-year-old daughter to vocal reaction. She's becoming a musical theater critic. Ah, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Oh my gosh. Okay. Will you ever react to Jose Andrea? Jose Andre? I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these things. I could. I'm not 100% sure when I would be able to do that. Watching Julia gush on the charismatic voice is like the wholesome I need in my life. No, the wholesome you need in your life is when we just sit there sipping tea, chatting about things. Which I'm going to need. I'm going to need that onesie party. I'm very excited for that. Now it's slightly colder, thus the hoodie. Although I must admit, I feel like I'm almost in like a YouTube apology video because I'm wearing a grey hoodie. I just need like a deadpan face and something that doesn't look remotely regretful. Okay. Uh, as long as they don't react to music I know I dislike, I see all reactions from Julia and charismatic voice. Yeah. Do you ever release the video with you and your other friend about the vocal techniques? Not yet. That is the ginger video that's taking me a while because I wanted to release the Q&A first and then the reaction. It's just taking me so damn long. Okay. Can you react to Charisse? Oh, that is gonna mess me up. Performance of All By Myself by Celine Dion. Okay. Okay. Given up on Dimash. I have not given up on Dimash. Whatever is happening with his copyright team, my goodness. I just, oh, I don't know if it's cleared up for other reactors yet, but geez. His used to be like almost like a safer video to go to, you know, because there was no like immediate worldwide block or any of that. And now you got to like jump through hoops to get Dimash reactions out. I swear. Okay. You're very wise for a younger person. I appreciate that I appreciate all of your insights. I also think it is so relatable when a song is so good that it made you cry. Yeah. Some music just hits me deep in the soul and then I can't contain it. It comes out my eyes. Classic tea time. Oh yes. Oh yes, tea time. Okay. Elizabeth and Julia notice different things. I think, yeah, I do think that that comes from having, you know, we just get different experiences. And also, I'm not going to be as experienced in some areas, purely just because of background. But yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so Elizabeth just said we won't be doing Dimash on our channel until they stop doing business with Eula. Interesting. Maybe Eula is the company. I've heard you can get Dimash vids from his specific channel without blocking. Yeah, so that used to be the case, for sure. That used to be the case, but it's not anymore. It's not anymore. Whatever has happened there, I genuinely think you're probably going to be seeing less Dimash reactions, just because of at least for a newer YouTuber, which is kind of Dimash is one that's a little bit more popular and people like ask for Dimash when a new reactor comes on the scene. It's a little bit intimidating when you get hit with worldwide blocks and disputes and appeals when you've just started. I know that for me, I spent a good 6-7 months. I spent a good 6-7 months being terrified of the dispute process and the appeal process. It was actually Elizabeth that got me into that, so thanks. But it was it's not easy to kind of do that. So I suspect we might actually see less Dimash reactions because if it's people who are slightly newer who might like keep adding to the amount of Dimash reactions that exist, and then for the people who already have established Dimash reactions, it becomes more time consuming to react to his stuff and try to get it released than to other people's, you might actually see a drop, perhaps. Obviously, that's just an idea, but it is something to consider. James, what's the backlog on online lessons? How much lead time do I need if I want to get a session on shoring of gaps in my vocal technique in the future? Okay, so online lessons with me, I basically have a very small window which is open. I think you are allowed to book. At the moment, I've got it set to 24 hours in advance because usually I set that time up just for potential lessons there. And then if there's no lesson there, I fill it with other work. So yeah, the moment there's any space in my day, it is gone almost immediately with other things. You need to do more Devon Townsend. Yeah. Goodness. Okay, Little Boots says, happy 151K now. Thanks. Wow, you guys are so generous. I know that people have been asking me if I would ever get a Patreon. I don't have the capacity to take on anything extra at the moment, and I would just feel so bad asking for like Patreon things when I don't really have anything extra that I can give right now. I just don't think that's fair. So I do appreciate the super chat donations, but yeah, you don't have to. Thanks though. Oh yeah, Eula is the content management company that holds all of Timash's copyright blocks now. They're the ones that levy the blocks. Okay. Yeah. I thought that might be the case. Vegemite or Marmite? Is that even a question? Who is Marmite? I am a level 10 Vegemite, I'll have you know. If 0 is like mostly butter with just a scrape of Vegemite, and 10 is like I could eat Vegemite off a spoon, I'm a level 10 Vegemite. Yeah? Alright. Now that we know that I'm officially mentally disturbed, we'll keep moving on. Alright. Euler is the secret Hitler of entertainment promoters. Ooh, I don't know. It's a bit of a. I like not to attach that name to anything in particular. Of course, apart from that game. All right. Hello from the US. Thanks for all of your awesome work. Love watching your reactions. Thank you, guys. Eula are silly. That kind of behavior is just shooting themselves in the leg. I kind of have to agree because as much as reaction videos, of course, we're using content that is normally copyrighted, but the channels that are going to take it more seriously, like for me, as much as it's fun, I also do take the kind of information that I give you guys seriously. I want to give you something more than just an ooh and an ah. Those kinds of channels, which do draw the views and do generate interest in new artists because you either trust our taste or you just want to see what we're going to say about something. That is essentially like free advertisement for that artist. It is exposing whatever might be new from them or going really well from them to a potential new source of ears. So it's, yeah, I agree. I don't think that it's all that smart to try and hinder those reactions being released because, I mean, commentary in general is kind of public domain. And then you have the added education elements from some of these channels. Oh gosh, what's happened? Have we gone dark again? Wakey, wakey. Oh, I'm back. I'm sorry, guys. I'm back in the box. What's in the box? In the box. What's in the box today? It's the ginger. Okay. Yeah. I love your red velvet reactions. I liked my red velvet reaction as well, as in I enjoyed reacting to them. Good morning, Julia. Congrats on the 150K. Keep up the great work. Thanks. Thanks, Monster. Ooh. How many times are new fans being created by reaction videos? I think you'd actually be surprised. I get messaged all the time from people being like, "Hey, thank you for turning me onto this band. I've basically been binging all of their work since I watched your video." So I actually do think that it happens because if you start to trust someone's viewpoint or trust their opinion, there is a good chance that you might want to see what else they're going to be commenting on. Of course, if the music is really not to your taste, then that might diminish the possibility. But let's say it's in the same genre. So I think a big one has been the amount of people that have told me that they've just fallen in love with Bandmate because of my reactions to them. So I do genuinely think that it is an important thing that could draw new fans, for sure. Are there plenty of channels that maybe don't do more than the ooh-ah and are more for entertainment? Of course. Um, and I don't know how they operate copyright on their ends, but at least on my end, that education element is really important for me because even if I'm listening to a piece of music, I'm usually analyzing it anyway. Like if I'm just in the car or watching a performance at work, that is almost always on. And now I get to do that in a fun capacity to new music I've never heard before. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. All right, radio again. The void is calling you. 200K, and we'd like to see you eat Wheat Bix with Vegemite. I would do that. I would. I have eaten dry Wheat Bix before. Wait, dry Wheat Bix or Wheat Bix with milk? I don't know how I feel about that. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yes, Dennis. Michael, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm so incensed that the legal team overseeing Eva Cassidy's estate blocks any and all of her music. I do think that it's a shame when things get blocked. Because, I mean, how many times have we seen the internet revive something that was from like 10, 15, 20 years ago? Or even older, just because the internet is a powerful tool. Yeah, I found Home Free and Pentatonics through you guys. Thank you. It makes my day. See? We got one right in the live chat there. New fans for groups. Does a singer voice teacher podcast already exist? I don't know. I think we were talking about like a vocal nerd podcast with Elizabeth at some point, but I don't know. Have you heard Teddy Swims yet? I have not. You did not analyze Hurt, and it was all the better for it. I do think that there are some songs where the emotional content is incredibly important. I still tried to provide some, I mean, not me, Caption Julia tried to provide some further analysis and some information, in particular on what kind of things you can expect from the gauging voice. I think those are really interesting things to learn about. And of course, it's relevant to someone who's in his 70s singing a song, and you can quite clearly hear that he's got not as much vocal function as he did, obviously, in his prime at the top of his career. So I like to keep that information there. But yeah, definitely the emotional part of it. I think it's important. Unfortunately, many labels see the internet more as a risk than an opportunity. I mean, sure, there's always the chance that you might not get a return on something that is technically yours, but at the same time, you might increase listeners elsewhere. I don't know. It's hard. It is hard. Um, are you an only child out of curiosity? I am not. I am the eldest. Basically the trial child. Parents out there, am I right? Your first one is kind of like, well, let's just see what happens. Not that I have kids, but I teach a lot of children. I used to teach a lot more than I do at the moment, but part of that is I just realized there's like paper towel there, so I'm just going to slide that out of frame. Ooh, peanuts. Sorry, I didn't clean up very well. Um, but yeah, it's interesting watching kids grow up, and you can tell the difference between the only children and the ones that have siblings. And you can usually see like slightly different parenting styles between the eldest and their younger sibling. For some reason, uh, I see a little bit more freedom sometimes in the younger siblings than the older ones, which is fine. Hot. Hello from Missouri, where our state motto is redheaded girls, they make the rock and roll go round. You'll never listen to Queen quite the same now. I mean, I love Queen, so I don't mind that adaptation. Thanks. First child gets blamed for everything, second child gets away with everything. Speaking from experience here. Yes. Uh, I would like to see reactors reacting to other reactors reacting. Oh my goodness. Lady, are you religious? Um, I don't think I'm going to comment on the religious question. I don't think it's very relevant to my presence online, and I know some people feel really strongly about it, so I'd rather just leave that one. Um, Forgot to attach my message. Oh, hey Michael. I'd love to hear your take on late 90s, early 2000s hardcore bands. Refused, Glassjaw, Every Time I Die. Cool, cool, cool. All right, all right. Oh, Damien. Thanks, man. Wow. You've been like contributing a lot this morning. Whenever you feel comfortable getting back to Nightwish, I do hope you will check out Shoemaker. It is an amazing true story about a scientist. Check the story. The charismatic voice did it so well for me. It is emotional. Okay. I usually try to stay away from the research because I feel like it gives me preconceived expectations. But if it is important, I can probably maybe read it on camera. Mamamoo is Mamamoo best vocal group. I would say that there are strong vocalists in many different places. Mamamoo together though, they did a really good job putting four artists together who really balance each other out and bring something different. I often see that balance not done so well in other groups. In particular, when I was overseas, some of the combinations that they would get us to run the artists in were interesting. To say the least, some of the um, I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm not really allowed to. Um, no noisy bird, not today. Has participated participated. Julia has participated. Julia has participated in several savage battles against Al Spider. Okay. Actually, I have a little spider in my room at the moment. Don't tell Alex from Carter Fox. Um, he is apparently not a huge fan of spiders. Maybe I shouldn't be telling his secret to the world. Oh well. Sorry, Alex. Um, but yeah, so there's a spider near my filming set. There's a spider in my room. There's just spiders everywhere. You get used to it. It's okay. Daniel says, I feel like following vocal coach reactions is just watching coaches slowly realize metal is more than incomprehensible screaming and becoming fans. Yeah, I mean, if they're open-minded, I could definitely see a deep dive happening, and particularly if they are more musical-minded as well. Not every singer is going to be thinking particularly musically, which is such a strange thing to think about, but it is an area that I see a lot of people who perhaps have done training, they've got the technical elements down, but the actual sense of music itself and the understanding of other forms of music can be a little bit lacking at times. Obviously, it's something that you can learn, and when you listen to new music, that broadens your horizons and you get to recognize things a lot faster and grow that way. But yeah, in the beginning, you might be a little bit um, you might be able to expand your musical knowledge that way and enjoy it. I always use Adblock. Been watching you a long time. Hope to reimburse a little. You said you don't have Patreon. No, I don't have Patreon, Blueberry Enthusiast, but I appreciate the contribution today. It's really nice of you. How do you feel about natural formed groups versus manufactured pop groups? Do you notice any differences? As I think that is part of the problem with pop music today. Most pop music is manufactured in some way, shape, or form, and I do think that money plays a very big role in it. Some people are going to be able to participate with certain groups and in certain ways just because they can afford to. Some people cannot afford to be going down certain routes, and that is just part of the industry. If you look at a lot of the people that are popular today, and then you look at their backgrounds, there's a little bit of affluence there. Every now and again, you get an artist who really has come from like just like kind of like nothing. Um, but usually the biggest artists are the ones that have had some kind of powerhouse backing them for a little while. So a lot of our pop today, they've either had Disney or Nickelodeon backing them. So just bear that in mind. That's why Disney artists are not necessarily done the moment their TV shows that they're in are done. Um, and then of course you've got label power. So just bear that in mind. But as far as manufactured versus natural groups, I do think that there is a bond that can be developed in a manufactured group. I don't think that just because the group was put together means that those people haven't formed connections with one another. And I would be foolish to overlook that people can develop connections. I mean, is it going to work all the time? No. Sometimes, just like any other colleague, you might not get along with them completely, but not enough that you can't work together. You're just kind of acquaintances. You're not going to be having sleepovers at each other's house. Not that, I mean, do adults not do that? I mean, what? But yeah, so the natural group is probably just going to be the ones that have been able to get along for longer. And perhaps that might make the working experience a little bit more enjoyable in the beginning. But people and relationships change and fall in and out all the time for various reasons. So I think the main thing is the sound and is the balance amongst the group. Is that marketable? Because ultimately, how marketable, how profitable can you make that group? Just those that is ultimately one of the most important questions as far as the label is concerned. Quick questions about age. Quick question: are Asian pop male bands or vocalists treated and trained differently than the female ones? I heard the training is very difficult. Um, I think it just depends on the style. So for dancing, you can go a little bit more intense, purely just because physically they can kind of cop it just a little bit more, depending on the size, of course. Um, but I would say it depends on the style that they're going for. So you'll notice that each person might have a slightly different aesthetic. The ultimate thing, though, is in a group, you kind of want to be flawless. You want to be perfect, which means you're going to push yourself as hard as you need to achieve that. So I wouldn't say that they're deliberately trained differently than female ones. It's just this is what they can get out of them. I can get more from you. Please practice your dancing for at least 4 hours and then go to your other classes, go to your other training sessions. Food, water, sleep. Anyway, so just bear that in mind. You can get more out of someone who has higher levels of stamina. How do you do your hair so nice and glossy? Got any recommendations? I just straighten it. Although I do use Olaplex because I get damage. Can you shout out my name from the Philippines? Oh my God. I'm so sorry I've got to slaughter this, but I'll give it a go. Balahurang Kumikera. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, Tori Reacts is here. Hey, I've seen you on some of the comment sections on like Chase's channel, which by the way, I'm gonna start talking about people who have supported me in a moment. Um, but yeah, that's cool that you're here. Thanks for joining. Um, I would love to see you and Elizabeth do a version of Sancta Terra. I mean, we probably could. I know that sounds like really presumptuous, but with Elizabeth's classical background and and my ability to never give up. No, and also similar to my background, I've got some classical training in there. We probably could, perhaps. I mean, it's not the worst idea. You give it a crack. KJ says, congratulations on the 150K. Thanks. I really appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah, you got it right. Oh, yes. Never give up. Okay. Another reactor in the house. Yeah, we have like a little reaction team now. Hope you do more. Sohyang, where are you? Not many reactors do this song. I love Sohyang. What are the chances for you to react on a new music video from Dimash? Already touched on the Dimash as far as the copyright goes, so you might need to backtrack. Can't talk. You might need to backtrack. Oh my God. Backtrack. There we go. I'm a singing teacher. And just listen to why it's more difficult to do the Dimash videos now. You definitely need to react to Teddy Swims singing I Can't Make You Love Me. Is that the Bon Iver song? I Can't Make You Love Me. I can't make you love me if you don't. Like that song? Is that one? I like that song. I enjoy it. Have you ever gotten a student that you were amazed with and had a hard time suggesting improvements? There's always things to improve upon. Some people's technical ability to pick things up is going to be faster than others, and there's nothing wrong with that. But technical ability is only one part of singing. So there are always areas that you can continue working on. And if they hit a point where they really don't need weekly lessons anymore, then they can just schedule a check-in lesson maybe every 2 to 3 months. And then use that to make sure that they're staying on top of their vocal health, staying on top of their technique. A vocal teacher's goal should be, maybe it's different for other people, but for me at least, my goal is to have you learn from me and then not need me anymore. Because then that means you've actually learned what you came there to learn. So that's usually my goal, at least on a technical front. Some people like to do singing lessons for hobbies and enjoyment, and that's part of their relaxation or their self-care. There's nothing wrong with pursuing singing lessons just for the fun of it. I want to go in, I'm going to do my scales, I'm going to sing some songs, I'm going to have a good time. She's pretty cool. We're going to have a little chat. It's nice. It's nice to have those people as well. But yeah, sure, there are going to be students that I hear them sing and I watch them perform and I go, cool, so this is what you're doing. Great. Here is an area that you can improve upon. See you in 3 weeks. See you in 2 months. Depends. Oh gosh. Alex says, you're my second YouTube channel to hit 150K this week. Congrats. Congrats to the other YouTube channel that hit 150K. It's exciting. I could never have imagined 150K in 1 year. Amazing. I'm so thankful, honestly. Congratulations and keep going. Your reactions are great. From Efreecha. Efreecha. Hopefully one of those was correct. I'm so sorry. If I ever mispronounce your name, it's me doing my best. I'm so sorry. Talented people can actually be harder to teach and develop because they sometimes aren't as diligent. I feel personally attacked. My practice routine as a child was absolute poop. It was almost non-existent, which was really bad because when you get into a music uni and the level of expectation and the workload goes up, you have no practice routine to fall on. So that is something to that's something to consider. Absolutely, I agree that talented people can actually be harder to teach sometimes. But in those situations, when you do have a talented person, it just means you need to give them a goal that will require them to push themselves. You can't have the same expectations for someone who is more advanced than someone who is average. There's nothing wrong with being average. There's nothing wrong with having a slower learning pace. But your job as like the coach or the teacher is to make sure that you're setting appropriate goals for what that person needs. The thing with me, I suppose, was that my goals, I could achieve them with very little effort. So I just needed harder goals, which is fine. And I found those harder goals when they kicked me in the face at uni. Oh my goodness. RK65, are you going to watch the virtual concert of Nightwish at the end of the month? There's a virtual Nightwish concert. Ooh. What date? Is this going to be at some ridiculous time? I'll need to look up the time zones for that because I'm not sure. If I can, yes, I would like to. Mostly just so I can keep doing that. Keep listening to them because they're awesome. It means you have to teach them to learn first. It's actually, that's true. But also remember that the acquisition of learning is slightly different for someone who's going to pick something up quickly. So they might not realize that they're learning. So when hard work actually does come knocking, it's a little bit scary the first time. Is it harder to be a streamer in Oz because of time differences? I'm not really, obviously I'm streaming right now, but I don't stream often enough for it to really be a real problem. I think this time frame tends to work for a lot of people. It's the best compromise that I could find. Like in all honesty, this time starting at 9 a.m. in my time zone is the best compromise that I can find time wise. It does mean that for my friends in the EU, I'm so sorry. It's usually later for them. I think like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. But yeah, it's the upload. When do I upload? That's the harder part because I want to be in a premiere, but what if the video can only go up when I'm asleep? Don't even know what to do. Okay. Wow. 4 a.m. AEST. That's like 2 hours after I normally go to bed. My God. Wow. Thanks, Stu. Wow. Julia, more Bandmaid, please. Yeah, Julia, more Bandmaid, please. Give me that Bandmaid. Okay. Clear your calendar. If I could clear my calendar, I would. I wish I could almost like, no, I can't. I can't share it, but I wish I could show you my layout between now and 2022 for just my doctoral work alone. Because you have to submit this like annual review milestone and you have to lay out your plan to completion. Buddy, there's so much to do. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. 318 in Greece. Oh my God. Thank you for being here. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Goodness me. Oof. Teddy swims, please. Okay, you guys have asked for 20. Wow. Today's just one of those days, apparently. Teddy swims seems to be super popular. Oh, goodness. So I'll have to like add that. Looking forward to Dr. Julia. I am also looking forward to Dr. Julia. They'll probably live stream the graduation, of course, if the thesis, because the thesis can always get knocked back and need to be reviewed, which would make me sad. But if the graduation ceremony is like streamed, would you guys want to watch it? Should I break my university's streaming service by releasing the link to you guys? Could be funny. Oh, yeah. Just the fact that you're squeezing the channel in amongst grad school is impressive. Oh my God. I wish I could do more. That's the thing, is when I do something, I want to get the most out of it. So, like I said earlier, my ideal would be uploading 3 times a week. So the fact that I'm not able to do that, meh, it's really frustrating. Oy. Okay, yeah. You guys seem to like want to watch the stream. I don't know how I'm meant to doff the like weird hat though. Yes, live grad. Prepare yourself, uni, for the incoming people watching that live stream. Someone asked about Julia's hair, but what about Elizabeth's hair? It's like a regal lion's mane. I mean, it's, yeah, regal, majestic. Ma, she rocks curls like I could never. But I do think having hair that is like nice is of a benefit. I like having my hair done. It makes me look a little bit more put together. She says as she sits here in a grey hoodie on a cushion on the floor in her house. Da, 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 da. My dog is losing her damn mind and barking at the TV, hearing Julia. I have no idea why. Ah, she knows something's up. Maybe she can smell my tea. Not that dogs would like tea. Mm. Cold. Oh, the rest of the pot's warm though. And yes, I do have a whole pot. A whole pot of tea. Sylvain says, hi from Quebec. Quebec. I've heard that sound before, but the moment I see the QUE, my brain just goes, the bear. So, so I'm sorry. Quebec. Don't know how much of a w there is there. Curls fall out on mine all the time. Yeah, maybe I don't have the face shape for it either. But yeah, for sure. I would have to use so much hairspray to keep them in. Still think you should do cartoon voices, Julia. I would love to do voiceovers for cartoons. I think that would just be so much fun because I love making funny noises. Like, it's the best part of being a vocal coach. I am allowed to make weird, funny noises every day. Want to sound like a cat? Want to sound like an owl? Want to sound like a dog? Want to sound like a squeaky tire? This is your field. This is what you should be doing. Oh, the Nightwish show is recorded, so you can watch it for 48 hours. That might be an easier way of doing it. Just a hologram. Have you included any metal concepts into your doctoral work? I have not. So my doctorate is based on musical theatre repertoire, specifically musical theatre repertoire that is recommended for prepubescent vocalists, so children between the ages of 7 to 12. And that is kind of the foundation of what my research is on at the moment. And despite the fact that the focus is on children, the primary angle is actually coming from sort of the lens of sort of what is known about adult vocal anatomy and physiology. So there's a few different layers in it, but no, alas, the metal stuff doesn't quite get in there. But perhaps studies in the future, because that's the thing about research and about academics, is once you have a little bit of a foothold, i.e., you've published your thesis or you have released an article, you have the grounds to keep doing those things. So you can technically do more studies. And in the arts, we're not as rigid in some of the methodologies that we can use. So it's perfectly fine for someone to use let's say, autoethnography as their primary method to write an article about and actually have it published. So autoethnography is basically from your own experiences. There are people whose entire doctorates are, for the most part, autoethnographic in nature regarding their methodology. So just because my thesis isn't about it, doesn't mean that I can't pursue studies or research ideas that are related to other genres after it. But yeah. Clicking on a woo for more stuff. Oh, where'd it go? Thesis about Vegemite. I could write a thesis while I eat Vegemite. I'll do that. Imagine all 150k subs crashing the uni stream. I'd probably get letters from other people's families just being like, how dare you? I wanted to watch my child get their diploma. It's all your fault. Relax, they're just an undergrad. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Getting a degree is like a lot of effort. Is a lot of effort. I shouldn't be throwing shade. Maybe I'm just salty because I'm still at uni. No, I'm kidding. Undergraduate's a massive achievement. Am I the only moo moo here? Nah. I need that little radish. Pop, pop. Even if you're the only moo moo here, that makes two of us. That makes two of us, okay? That's why the dog was barking. She sensed the power line dingo. There are dingoes on Fraser Island, if for some way or reason you wind up here. Fraser Island's a pretty cool place. Lake Macquarie. Lots of sand, because it's the world's largest sand island. Why am I talking about Fraser? Ah, dingoes. They have dingoes. Okay. David Cooper, hoodie and a cushion on the floor. You do you. It's why you're at 150k and growing. If not for you and Elizabeth, I would have no appreciation for metal. Still not my thing, but I mean, there are going to be genres that you like better than others. That's completely normal. You can only have like things that you love to an extreme point. I think there can only be a couple of those things because otherwise you get spread too thin like this. Not enough concentration and love and commitment to go around. Okay. Dark chocolate and brie grilled cheese sandwich. There's no going back. That sounds amazing. Oh, I want to eat that. Gosh. Please say dingo again. Dingo. Don't graduate. It's a trap to pay taxes and be miserable. Yep. Yes, it is. It certainly is. Fraser's Kagari now. Yeah, so there's a movement happening in Australia where places that have been named certain things are actually on lands that initially were occupied by Indigenous Australians, and so they already have a name. So what's happening in Australia at the moment is for some of these locations, they're either reverting or they're including both names. So you could send in the mail a letter to one particular region and have the address be the original name for the place, and it will get there. So I think it's actually a really cool movement because I think it's going to open up people's minds to different kinds of history and a different culture that we don't get to learn about as much. I do think some of the cultural appreciation is picking up, particularly in certain classes, and Australian history, I feel, is being treated with what it should be. Like, let's be realistic. Australian history is not full of all great things, so let's learn about them. But yeah, it's good. Dingo made me laugh. Dingo. Did someone just call Julia a dingo? Lols, is that your new nickname, Julia? Ha 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 ha. You can call me Dingo if you want. Look, it's gonna make me think of Ernie Dingo, who was a TV personality in Australia. Have you been working on your fry, screams, and growls? Um, Growls are really tricky for me. I actually had a lesson with Mark, and to this day, I can't get my epiglottic fold to stop wanting to engage on my growls. So it basically just wants to default to a blues growl whenever I try. I can get fry and creak in my sound, but I would have to keep working on it to turn it into like an actual scream. But yeah, that's a thing. I tried. Are you a symphonic metal fan now? Yes. Yeah, yeah. Name changes are happening in America too. A lake where I was living has been changed back. Oh God, to the original Native American name. Sorry, the oh God was because the chat I was reading and suddenly went bloop. There it is. How's the COVID situation down under? We're actually pretty good. We're pretty good. As far as where I live, we've basically been normal for, God, I want to say 7 months now. So to still see people being separated and to see how bad the situation still is overseas, like I feel lucky to be where I am, even though we're so far away from everywhere. And that sucks when it comes to buying flights, but realistically, we're really lucky here. Julia's fan name suggestion, the Vegemite Dingoes, would also work as a band name. I mean, I guess you could. Yeah, no, this box, I'm so sorry, guys. The autofocus is, I've given up. I've given up. This is the box that won't go away. It's gonna stay on my face now forever. I mean, would you prefer no box or would you prefer potato? Because that's the phone quality I was getting was potato. So, all right. There's a kangaroo at your window. There were kangaroos at my uni. Um, your room is still made up here waiting for you. No joke, I actually looked up flights from Brizzy to Phoenix return. It's gonna cost me over 3 grand. So I'll need to wait for a sale. Could also be the time that I'd be able to travel, which is at the end of the year, is also when people are like, Christmas, and they act like vultures and put all their prices up. Are you in the outback? No, I'm not in the outback because my uni's not in the outback. But if I go back to where I was born, my accent gets a lot thicker. Got more of a metropolitan accent now. Hello from the Philippines. Is that a game board under your table? It is. We discussed that. It's a game that ruins lives, or at least ruins your friendship to the point where I get quite upset if I'm asked if I have to play that game. It's not a box, just four less than or greater than signs. I mean, yeah, yeah. Time a kangaroo down, spot. Time a kangaroo down. Yeah, okay. Potatoes can always be turned into vodka. I think I only have soju in the house at the moment. Soju is dangerous, guys. Whew. What uni is it? I'm not going to disclose that information. I guess I'll be disclosing it if I finally graduate because I'll be releasing the live stream for it, hopefully. I actually might need to ask permission. I don't know how many of you would want to watch it, but mm. What's the game you're next to? It's called Secret Hitler. Yeah. Flight prices are insane. Trying to go home back to England is stupid expensive. Yeah, because airlines, they're going to try to make up for the colossal windfall that they experienced because of COVID. So I don't think we're going to be getting cheap tickets anytime soon. Australia was one of the first countries to practically get rid of COVID. I mean, we still get a case here and there, but the thing is, we get one case, like one case of community transmission, and then everyone has to stay home for like 3 to 4 days, and they'll open up like testing centers all over. I'm 3 minutes from my closest testing center. And yes, I did go and get tested because I was quite sick for a while. This was like a month. Took me 6 weeks in total to get better, but it was like a good 3 weeks of like just being genuinely sick, and then you have like 3 weeks of recovering. But I had to go and get a COVID test. Not as bad as a nasolaryngoscopy because that's a camera going up your nose, but yeah, pretty unpleasant still. Pretty unpleasant. All right, Nemesis says, last time I'll bug you. You're not bugging me. But throw Matthew Goodman's Strange Days on your list for some future if you don't mind. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I have screenshotted that. Cool, cool. Ever visit Tasmania? Love the beaches there. Tassie is beautiful. I have been to Tasmania there, and actually I will be flying to perform in Tasmania in July for the Festival of Voices. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Not so much looking forward to the cold though, so I will definitely be taking some warm clothes to go down there. But yeah, super excited to go down there and sing. How long do you have left on your doctorate? Depends how fast I work. I could drag it out. I'm part-time enrolled because I'm also working probably more than I should. But money. Yeah, it's yeah. It's based on how much effort I put in. Gosh, wow. Brain really is doing something weird today. I almost caused a divorce with that game. Right, Brandon? Oh my gosh, so true. Cards Against Humanity doesn't ruin lives, but boy is it rude. I love Cards Against Humanity. It's so funny. I feel like there's only a few times you can play it before the same cards start to pop up and it becomes harder and harder to create new, fun, but also like hilarious combinations. Depends who you're playing with. I think if you change the people that you're playing with and hopefully the cards are shuffled well, then it like makes the game liven up again. Of course, super fun like party game. If you had like a small gathering, I'm more of a gathering than a party person. If you had a gathering, you've eaten all of the cheese board, and consumed what it is you wish to consume drinks wise, then you play Cards Against Humanity, and it's great. But that being said, my sense of humor is one part of my sense of humor belongs in the gutter. Let's be real. Foster's doesn't even rate in Australia. What's Foster's? I no, I'm a genuinely, I don't remember that brand. Is it a brand? Is it a place? Is it a product? I don't know. I got the Q-tip up the nose thing was uncomfortable for sure. When they're like, we're just gonna stick this up your nostril, and you're like, oh, and then they're going up the other one. Even worse. I should consider traveling to Tassie someday as long as it's not too cold. Tassie is cold because you have Tassie, and then further off in the distance, all of the winds that come up, it's from like Antarctica. That's right, right? I got like an E in geography. I kid you not. Um, but yeah, it's cold. And some of the places that you'll walk will be freezing. So I went in the middle of summer and had to buy coats and long pants. And I wore them while hiking, like up a mountain. I did not take my jumper off while hiking for 7 straight hours. I did not take my jumper off in the middle of summer. Unheard of. Where I live, if you did that, you would die. You would probably overheat and die, fall down, bleh, done. So Tassie is cold. Fair warning if you're going there. All right, Steve says, what are you getting your doctorate in? Love your reactions and your hair. So my doctorate is vocal pedagogy based. So I gave a little explanation of what it was earlier. I'm essentially establishing a framework with which to analyze repertoire to measure potential vocal load should prepubescent vocalists sing it. That's basically my doctorate. Nobody steal it. It's my intellectual property. I'm just gonna steal something to do with kids. No one does much study on kids. It's like such a it's a hard area to do like in-depth studies on because there's so many things you need to be aware of as far as consent and other things are concerned. You need to be super, super careful with what you're actually wanting to investigate the moment kids are involved. I mean, even when people are involved, there's like a whole ethics thing you need to go through, but kids in particular, your communication must be clear. You must have everything outlined, and there are going to be some things that you just shouldn't do because they're kids. Like, don't do that to them. Anyway, damn, Looney Tunes lied to me. About what? Real question, what did you do to be such an awesome person? Because you're great and you have awesome ginger hair. Aw, thanks. I just, I'm a bit of a goose actually, but thank you. I can be an awesome gook. An awesome gook. Wow, goose. See? Exhibit A. Julia, the commercial says Foster's is Australian for beer. Foster's. We have a beer brand called Furphy. I know that one. And then, of course, Corona and all those other things. Wait, is Elizabeth in the chat? Oh my god. Yeah. Elizabeth's here being supportive. Thanks, girl. Okay. Okay. Tassie isn't as cold as Canada. I don't think so. But that being said, I don't know. My measure of cold is, do I need to put a jumper on? Like right now, I've got my hoodie on, and the current temperature is 22 degrees, which is 71 Fahrenheit, and I've got my hoodie on. So maybe I'm not the best measure of cold. What's your secret to staying so pale living over there? I don't leave the house. And if I do, it's very briefly. And if I do, I'll either have a big hat on, like if I'm going to the beach. Oh my God, that is an ordeal. I have a giant hat. I've got a long sleeve sun shirt or a rashi. They call them rashis here, like a rash shirt. A long sleeve rashi, and my legs and my face and my ears and my toes and my fingers will be covered in sunscreen, which then has to be reapplied every 30 minutes. Otherwise, I will burn. So that's the secret to staying pale. That's my secret. I'm just naturally pasty. I don't tan either. I just burn. Burn. Like a plucked chicken. Just pink. All right. What's your opinion on kids singing like adults? Oh, that is a loaded question, and it's a significant part of my thesis actually, is the comparative look at adult vocal anatomy and physiology and child vocal physiology. I do think that there is risk involved because it's a growing instrument. But I don't want to dive too far into that. But if you want, when I release I've got an article that I'm working on that hopefully will get published. I can always share that article with you guys if you're interested because it will look at that. Okay. Just as long as you get enough sunlight for vitamin D. This is enough sunlight, right? It's coming through the window on a beautiful overcast day. Gosh. What does it mean to sing like an adult? Oh, okay. So usually when people say singing like an adult, it's like they're forcing a more mature quality into the sound. So the way that you achieve that is through manipulating the height of your larynx, typically with your tongue root, but ultimately you're wanting to create like darker tonal qualities or just deeper tonal qualities because kids usually have lighter, brighter voices, as is indicated by the size of their instrument. That would make sense. So when you hear darker, more mature voices, Usually that's through manipulating their larynx, but the reason why adults sound like that is because as we grow, our instrument gets bigger, but it also descends. So for a child, the larynx actually sits quite high, and this is going to impact the sound quality that you hear from them as well. So when you hear something that is more adult-like, so that larynx has dropped, for boys, obviously massive growth. As you go through puberty, the male larynx grows like 60%. It's a significant amount of growth. It's not just getting larger, it's also dropping lower. So an adult larynx is lower than a child's. It's going to produce different harmonics, therefore different tonal qualities in their singing. Okay. Sorry, I go on little rants, go on little tangents for stuff. 15 to 18 in Ireland, and you haven't worn long pants. At 15. Mm, actually, I don't know if this is just a girl thing or if other people do this, but if you have like a warm jumper on, like if I have like a hoodie or something warm on my upper body and like boots on, I could wear shorts or like a short skirt or something and be fine. Is that a girl thing? Not sure. Maybe it's a girl thing. Maybe it's an anybody thing. Hope you read my chats, ma'am. Marvin. Is that the only chat you sent through? Da, da, da. Hmm. 2 degrees Celsius in Montreal. Oh my God. Oh, that's so sad, Alon. I'm so sorry to hear that. 22 degrees is middle of summer, shorts and t-shirt weather. Nah, man. Middle of summer is 38 degrees with like 80% humidity. If we're unlucky, we'll go into the 40s. And then that's when Julia starts just like slapping on ice packs and hopes she doesn't die. Hmm. Not sure I've seen a terrible reactor yet. Some are better than others. I do think that everyone has something that they can bring to the table. For some people, that's going to be more in line with entertainment. For others, it's going to be more in line with education. Depends on your background, but every single person is different. So we're not necessarily going to react to something the same way. There might be something that I really enjoy that another person doesn't, or something that for me is a little bit more on the average side, which might really impress other people. Um, so yeah, I would agree. So it's different degrees of good, but like bad, I don't even know what you'd have to do to be a bad reactor. Unless you were like deliberately trolling, but I don't know. 30 degrees is already hot for me. 30 degrees. 30 degrees is nothing. At 80% humidity, yeah, 30 degrees becomes a real pain, but it's not as bad as it could be. Everything is relative. If 32 degrees was the hottest it ever got, then yeah, I'd be like, yeah, 30 degrees. Oh my God. But once you've experienced a 40-degree day, 41, 42 degrees, it's not comparable anymore. Okay. Snowing currently here in mid part of Norway. I actually saw snow for the very first time at 18 years old. Was I 18? God, it was so long ago. Like we're talking like 900 plus centuries here. 18, was I? You know what? I might have been a little bit older than that. Maybe I was to at least in my fourth century. At least. I saw snow for the first time and literally jumped around in it like a child. Like an actual child, as in giggling, because I'd never seen it before. I come from a Land down under. No, I'm kidding. I come from a place which does not have snow, which never in my whole life had I ever seen snow. So seeing snow for the first time, I was like, ah, I was like jumping around in it like a little kid. We live in my youth. Yeah, jump her up and wear shorts. I'm so glad. I just figured, like, one part of me is warm. As long as the breeze doesn't kick up, we're good. 30, 30 degrees dry heat, much more tolerable than 30 degrees humid heat, for sure. But I find you dehydrate so much faster in dry heat, which can actually be a lot more dangerous. Ellie throwing shade in the comments. Kirk is a bad reactor. Did you see his Kardashev reaction? I don't know, crack a thyroid, No, it wasn't too bad. I thought it was pretty good. This was okay. Um, yeah. I mean, it was pretending to be someone else, so yeah. I don't know. Um, yeah, okay, so I guess the worst reactor would be boring, not giving much feedback or opinion. Yeah, okay. Okay. Fair enough. 6-minute reaction to a 5-minute 50 song. Yeah, maybe. Maybe there's a time limit as well. Are you a morning or a night person? Actually, funnily enough, my housemate was talking to me about being a morning or a night person because apparently he went to a party and everyone was talking about how, um, or not talking, asking what time were they born. And what they found was the people that were born in the afternoons were night people, and the people that were born in the mornings were morning people. So, did we want to just very quickly do like a little study here? Like, if you know the time that you were born, does that correlate with whether you're a night or a morning person? That would be great to know. Yeah. Mm. Is Croc Dundee still alive? Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks for being here, Elizabeth. Really appreciate the support. As far as reactors who I do find really supportive, behind the scenes, Chase and Elizabeth are two people that I spoke, I spoke. Oh my God. Oh, the stutters of an inarticulate doofus. Um, they're the ones I speak to probably the most frequently. Um, yeah, so I usually find that a lot of my support comes from you guys and it comes from that little reaction community that I have because for the most part, I'm doing all of this by myself, which can get a little bit lonely, but I have you guys and I have some of my reaction friends there. So I'm deeply appreciative of all of the positive comments and support that you guys give me. It really means so much, and it is definitely the reason why I kept going even when work picked back up after like the COVID lockdowns ended. But yeah, gosh. 4 in the morning, but a night person. Okay. Okay. It looks like it looks like those who are born very early in the morning are also night people. Oh gosh. I legitimately tried to turn off the like auto sleep and it has a 30-minute max. So maybe one day when I'm rich, I will upgrade to a camera that doesn't suck. Well, I mean, this camera's pretty good, and I did spend a lot on lenses because I didn't want things to look bad, but here we are. Drawbacks that you learn after you already buy the thing, am I right? Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, Elizabeth. Bye. Um, yeah, okay. Interesting. Spork. Spork. God, dumb word. Julia, do you know your MBTI? Is that like personality test where you're like introvert something? I don't know. I have a psychology friend. Well, actually, initially a friend of one of my housemates who was also a psychologist. Um, they kind of guessed what I would be. She was pretty close actually, but I don't remember what it was. Maybe I wrote it down. Wait, they did that test on me while we were driving around Cairns, actually. So we'll just see what I did. Where is it? Oh, oh no, it was called a Briggs type test. Is that accurate? Yeah. Okay. INFP is apparently mine. I don't know. Yeah, I'm so sorry about the box, guys. I'm gonna rename this to 150K live stream featuring that damn box that won't go away. Oh, sorry. People born very early in the morning. People born very early in the morning are also morning people. So, sorry, are also like night people, night owls. Sorry. So it would seem that people who are born very early in the morning, so like that midnight 2 a.m., are like night owls. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. You should be able to find the instructions to remove the box if you wanted. I think you should have the box in all subsequent videos. At least the battery hasn't died. Yeah, so normally this battery lasts 2 hours, so I have no idea why the other one decided to drain. Maybe it was an old one. Should I attempt to get rid of the box? Maybe? I've been thinking about it this whole time. Or do I commit and just keep the box there all the way to the end? There's a box there because my birthday is Boxing Day. Ha! Sorry, guys. Street name what's in the box. Instructions? I wouldn't even know where those are. You don't feel boxed in? Oh my goodness, guys. The box will be a trademark of Julia's channel. Oh my gosh. When the screen goes dark, I guess I get spooked. I'm so sorry for giggling like a twit. Oh, the box is part of us now. Okay, the game is for me to keep my head in the frame of the box. This is like a bad Saw movie game or something. Keep your head in the box. 150K with the box, 200K without the box. I mean, I feel like we've come this far. So, yeah. Yeah, I will be turning 1004 on Boxing Day. The box uses a lot of extra battery power. Oh, hell no. Okay, I'm gonna try to change this. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Guys, I'm so sorry. We're going in for a blackout for just a moment. I'll keep talking to you. I will talk you through this traumatic experience. Oof. Oh, thanks, Tori. Enjoy the rest of your day. The box is on perfect here. But we like the box. Okay, now I'm a little bit sad. Maybe I shouldn't get rid of the box. The box makes this stream 14%. Oh God, 14% better. Okay. You know what? We're gonna keep the box. Maybe we should keep the box. Afraid of the dark here. We're all lost now. Nighttime person. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. This is going nowhere near as well as the other live stream, even though I look like a potato. I've kept the box. I've decided. I've decided to keep the box now. Bear with me while I sit all 5'9" of myself back on the ground. Okay. I've decided to keep the box for just this one. Don't kill the box. It's innocent. Innocent, I tell you. Oh God. And now there is no box and no Julia. Oh gosh. She's the Oz in the box. Yeah, I'd need heavier makeup though. Yeah, man, I am above average in height. Pegged me at 5'3". Oh my God. Can rest my elbow on someone who's 5'3". Put me in heels, and I am truly giant. Sorry, I just read the merch comment. First merch is a t-shirt with her head half in a box. That's so funny. So if you, oh, does that make it a jukebox? Wow, could be. How old am I? I am 1003. I'll be turning 1004 this year. Be one with the void. That B-movie found footage. Let's just keep everything nice and relaxed, guys. Don't be throwing that shade around. Finally, another tall woman. I'm 5'8" and always taller than everyone. To be honest, I'm only 5'9" right in the morning because during the day I shrink like 1 centimeter, one or 2 centimeters. I mean, fully 5'9" once I put any kind of shoe on again. But yeah, so I'm like just under it after like the first 5 hours of the day. So if we want to be like super strict, I am 5'8", but so close to 5'9" that if I put any kind of shoe on, like even like flats, I yeah, wind up 5'9". But yeah. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna look up the centimeters for that. So I'm 174.5 centimeters, which turns into like 174 centimeters over the course of the day. But yeah, that half a centimeter, you pop a shoe on and she's there. And I like my heels tall. So yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, tall people in showerhead problems. I'm not even like gigantic. I'm not like 6 foot or anything, and or over 6 feet. I think really tall means different things if you're talking about a guy or talking about a girl. Um, but yeah, interesting. That makes you a deviant, Greg. Hush. Wow. 6'5", 5'10". Yeah. Yeah. I'm 6'2". 95% of people are short to me. Totally. 5'10". I do remember someone left a comment once saying, like, we all know you're short and chubby. It's like, no, I'm tall and chubby. Leave me alone. Yeah. God. It's interesting. I think people look at height differently. So, like, I have a friend she's lower into like the 5 foot height range, and tall to her is someone who is 6 foot or 6'1", whereas then you will like talk to us ladies who are around the like 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", and higher, and tall to us is someone who is like 6'2", 6'3", or above. Like to me, like super tall is someone who's like 6'5" or taller. That's when it's like, whoa, yeah, they tall. They're real tall. Yes, Flork has confessed to 2 meters in stage hills. Yes, those stage hills. I don't care that it makes me an Amazon. I'm gonna put them on. Yeah. If you need to feel short, then join my friends. I come in fifth at 6'1". Yeah. I must admit, when you hit this might just be a girl thing though, but you know when people like do like the lifting hugs? Yeah, at 5'9", you don't get lifting hugs except from your really tall friends. And that's part of the fun of having super tall friends. You get the lifted hug where it's like they pick you up like a big bear hug and they go, because no one else can do that. Okay. Yeah, okay. Can you please do a reaction to Dreamcatcher Deja Vu? Yeah, sure, why not? More K-pop, let's do it. Greg letting us know he's not picky. Julian Addicts. I think we decided on what was it, like the Ginger Snaps or like Nylon Nation. I don't know. Something. Oof. Wow, you guys have a lot of friends. You know someone that's 7'2"? Oh man. He probably has trouble finding jeans. Wow. You behave stunningly well for a 1,003-year-old. Still in my youth, man. Still in my youth. 1,003. I feel like 6', 6'3" for a dude is pretty normal. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. I think it depends on where you're from. We get quite the variety of heights here. I would say maybe 5'10" or 5'11" is probably pretty regular, like average for guys. Of course, there are people on either side of that, but yeah. If she's chubby, I'm a beach 12. Guys, I'm wearing a giant hoodie. You can't make those calls. Um, yeah. Okay. So I'm super tall, apparently. It depends on who's looking at you, because if you have someone who's like, 5'1" at 6 feet tall, you're going to seem huge to that person. Imagine how kids feel. They're like super midget until they grow up. When I was teaching like little kids, they would always like, they like to dive in for hugs because little kids are just touchy little things. Um, which of course you have to be like, nope, don't hug me there. Please stop trying to lift my skirt. So you just always wear pants. Always wear pants if you work with little kids because they are crafty. They think it's hilarious to pretend that whatever it is that you're wearing is tent. No, 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 no. So you always wear leggings and you always wear pants. Something there. But yeah, little kids they'd try to do like the run hug, and all they wind up doing is just headbutting like your abdomen, and it's like, oof, okay. So imagine how small it is to them. Imagine how huge you must be to such a small person. Damien says, have you ever heard Bacon UN Village? I have not. I'm going to screenshot that as well. I've just been taking screenshots because if I stop to type, I miss so much. Most women in Greece are 5'4" and 5'2". Wow. Yeah, no, I'd be a giant. It was like when I went to Japan. Stood up on the train and everyone just stared at me. It's like, hello, yes, this is me. Sorry for taking up 2 whole seats. Um, did you get your height early or late? Early. Yeah, early, which sucks. There's someone just putting clown. I've already reacted to clown by Ogene. Whew, what a cover. Ogene singing Emily Sunday's Clown. Such a good thing. Cool. Why did you decide to study focusing on kids? Um, Honestly, it's because there's not much on them, and I felt like that was so incredibly unhelpful for pedagogy as a area, like like a whole area. Your primary, I guess it depends what you're teaching, but for a lot of people, kids are who they'll be working with either first, or they're the largest demographic of people that you'll be working with in like large groups. So the fact that there was an astonishingly limited amount of information regarding young vocalists was a little bit disheartening. And at the time, I was trying to find ways of teaching young children without them hurting themselves, and it was difficult. So I was like, well, if I can't find it, then I'll make it so that someone else can find it in the future, which is good. Thanks, Hector. That's nice of you. Wait till you see Puddles. He's 6'8". Damn. Katie Noonan. Yeah, I like her. I listened to Katie Noonan since I was 14, then I got to meet her. We went to the same university, which maybe just gave away which uni I go to. Anyway, um, how old am I? I am 1,003. We've already gone over this. Why does Julia seem so natural and grounded? I don't know. I'm just trying to, just talking. Maybe it's because I like being here. I like being here, being ridiculous. And I'm really enjoying just these casual, like, chill chats with you all. It's really nice. Yes, it is. Sothos, it is. Okay. Damn. Couldn't imagine being that tall. Hmm. Could you tell us how many accents are in Australia and which one is yours? Honestly, I probably couldn't answer that because mine is an accent that has been completely messed up from singing in foreign language as a child, and then also having lived in slightly different places. If you're going outback or if you're going like super far north, the accent gets a lot stronger in different ways. If you're going to places like Adelaide, you might get a little bit more of the Queen's English popping in there, depending on the word. So, like, I'll say dance, they'll say dance. Um, yeah, I don't know. And then, of course, you have accents that are from really remote places. So, yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you. Um, yeah, and then you have Australians who are bilingual, so there might be some accent influence there. But yeah, I would say that mine is a pretty generic Australian. It's not a very strong Australian accent, so it's not how I would talk if I was going back home. But um, yeah, or going back to where I was born. If. Are there really that many dangerous spiders in Australia? There are many, many dangerous things in Australia. I would probably be more afraid of snakes than I would be of spiders, though, depending on where you live. Spiders obviously can get into small spaces, but snakes can like bite you and then leave you dead very quickly if you've met the wrong one that is very aggressive and highly venomous slash poisonous. Mm, have you ever thought of going over Brian Johnson and AC/DC? The guy's in his 60s now and still rocking. Damn. 60s? Live your dream for as long as you can, I guess. I can tell that your voice isn't suited for singing. I'll do like a Sunday session for you guys someday, but I don't know. Singing is a personal taste, whether you like someone's voice or not. Some people find my speaking voice pleasant, some people don't. My singing voice is a little bit different, I guess. People will hear me talk and then they'll hear me sing, and it'll almost sound like two completely different people depending on the style. My musical theater singing doesn't sound anything like what I sound like when I'm talking because my speech technique is terrible. I'm constantly falling onto my vocal fry, and then for singing, I don't have as many of those technical issues. Okay, Neil says, would and could you react to Fourth Impact? Probably could, yeah. Do most Australians refer to it as a country or continent? Well, it's both, but probably country. Don't know. Never had to refer to it as either in a conversation, maybe on a test, but yeah. Thanks, John. Hey, Julie, I'm so glad I saw this in my recommended. I've been binging your videos all day long. Have you thought of reacting to Dreamcatcher? Yeah, that came up earlier. I'm happy to do that at some point. Wow. Thanks, Brian. I'm actually still wearing the exact same amount of makeup almost. It's just looks a little bit darker when I'm downstairs because where I film, I only have lights, whereas this is like natural light. So I'm actually probably not wearing as much as you think I am downstairs. Can you have technical speaking issues? Absolutely. So things that you can do to improve your speaking voice, something very basic such as just learning how to breathe properly, so ensure that you're not falling onto your vocal fry, can make a huge difference, particularly if you have to do public speaking. So I will actually speak differently when I'm giving lectures at the university I work for than right now, when I'm just relaxed and chilling with you guys. Snakes are a slight problem fighting with the wildfire in Nimbu. Yeah. Mm. Oh, Blake says he's heard me sing before and he liked it. So, yeah, personal taste. It really depends. Um, it really, really depends. Some people might hear me sing and be like, nah, not for me. Other people might hear me sing and be like, you know what? I kind of dig it. That's not too bad. But yeah, it depends on what I'm singing. She's not speaking Australian. I haven't heard the F the C word yet, so she must be from New Zealand. No, I just am in the habit of not swearing on camera now. Yeah. Holy spork balls. Yeah. Ah. Are you Princess Brave in real life or older? I can't do archery. I don't know if I've told this story before. Maybe I told it in the last live stream. I don't remember. But the last time I tried archery, it was so bad, I got it on the target of the person to the left of me. I, that's like some kind of like special skill there. Because I was aiming for the target in front of me and it went boop. So, God. Mm. Famously taught herself to speak in a lower tone to sound more authoritative. Um, yes, I would definitely agree that if you're speaking higher, it sounds a little bit funny. Um, but speaking in a lower voice, I do think it starts to sound a little bit more masculine. I don't really want to bring the whole like masculine, feminine into it, but if you associate a certain sound with like something that is more authoritative, then you're going to associate it with that. So I can understand her lowering her voice to sound like that. I was told red hair women are dangerous but great fun to be around. Yeah, okay. Dangerous. I'm analyzing your speaking as we speak. Anyway, Love jazz singing. Can't wait to hear you sing. Cool. Keywords there are on camera. Ah, you caught that, did you? Yes, on camera. Very specific. I think you look a little bit Irish. Well, I mean, got some genetics in there from Ireland for sure. Well, at least you hit a target. I did. It just wasn't the target I was aiming for. Ooh, the arrow bounced back off the target towards you. Wow. You need arrows with a target finder. Aim with the other eye, Julia. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Do you have a favorite vocal warm-up? I love lip trills. Actually, if I had to not do lip trills, I would do raspberries. So lip trills are going and raspberries are with your tongue out. So I like raspberries because it gets your tongue forward, so your tongue root's less likely to engage, but it also is a little bit more breath-based. So basically, it's just to keep my breath flow consistent. We all know you're not a real redhead. Actually, I'm only half of a real redhead. I put more red into my hair. This is true. Um, so I am naturally more on the strawberry blonde side. Yes. And I put more red in there because like all of my mum's side of the family are gingers. I just want to fit in. And I think it goes with my skin a little bit better. I'd like to hear you sing a song that has some scatting in it. Well, I scattered in my last live stream, actually. That's quite good self-control to be able to hold back the curses only on camera. I mean, if I treat it a little bit like I'm going to work, because you can't swear in front of kids. If I accidentally swear in front of kids, I'll just be like, oh no. And in the back of my head, it's going, please don't tell their parents, please don't tell their parents, please don't tell their parents, please don't tell their parents. Because little kids talk about everything. Like, she said a naughty word. Like, even if you say, like, but, they'll be like, ha, she said bad word. No. So, anyway, yes, I said ship. I did. I definitely said ship in that one video. I promise. Mm. Is there a method when you're used to singing to yourself your whole life to projecting the sound out instead of listening in your head? So sometimes it can help you if you actually have like a microphone and a speaker so that you can actually hear your voice coming back to you to encourage you to sort of step out of that. The other thing that I do, and I will use this for my practice, is I'll actually take my hands and form like a bowl here and then put that in front of my face. And all of a sudden, I'm going to get the harmonics back from my sound so I can actually hear a more accurate representation of what my sound is actually doing. So if I'm singing something, then that's what I'm gonna do. Which half is actually oh wow. That's a rude question. Actually, funnily enough, right at my temples, I have these like red patches, like purely red patches. Like the rest it's all dispersed with red, but I have these like pure red patches that grow from my temples out like little demon horns. Yeah, I know. I just tried to do what you did with the lips and failed. Um, to do lip trills, you have to have very relaxed lips. For some people, though, the muscles in their face won't let them do it without touching their face. So you can also put your fingers here like this and go, because that will release some of the tension in your lips. They have to be very relaxed, and then you just keep breathing out. The other thing is sometimes people stop breathing out and they're like, why isn't it working? It's like, well, it's actually a breath-based exercise. So if the breath flow isn't consistent enough, you're going to lose the trill. It's not going to be maintained. Yeah. You would be great as Triss in Witcher. I loved that show. I am so keen for the second season. Please, second season soon. I swear I keep checking on like updated times for that. How important are lyrics to you? Very important because they are the story. But good lyrics and bad musical composition, I don't know. Whereas you can kind of get away with less impressive lyrics and good musical composition. But that's just my opinion. Overall, I do think they are very important. Red patches, deaf a female vampire. I used to just bounce the sound off a mirror back to myself and record it. Yeah, yeah. So what was being referred to earlier, like hearing it in your head, your skull is essentially vibrating, and that's the majority of the sound that you're actually hearing is like a secondary vibration from your skull, because sound waves propagate in the direction at which they start from. So they've gone from your vocal folds up through your mouth and then out of your mouth. They're going in this direction. So the sound waves themselves are actually not going to make it all the way back to your ears on their own. So what they're doing is those sound waves are bouncing off the surfaces that are around you and returning to your ears. And some frequencies bounce better than others. Higher frequencies are going to return to you faster and perhaps a little easier than really low frequencies, because low frequencies, the waveform is so big. This is really low frequencies are so big they can actually go through things, so they're not going to bounce back. But yeah, man, anyway, that's just a little bit on how sound works. So that's why I like this, to give myself some bounce back. But also you can use a mirror. It's a highly reflective surface though, which I know sounds ridiculous because it's a mirror. It's a reflective surface. I mean for sound as well. Just bear that in mind. Hi Dingo, could you please react next to Eclipse? I don't know what that is. North Lane's music video. Okay. I'm just gonna very quickly screenshot that. Otherwise I'll forget. We're all looking forward to Henry Cavill hulking through his leather. No, it's a great show. I really like it. Will you re-upload this stream? Yeah, probably. Probably. I think. I think I will. What is your music education? I have years of singing lessons and training, and then I've got an undergraduate in vocal performance. I've got a master's degree in vocal pedagogy. I've been performing vocally for people since I was 9 years old, but then professionally from the age of 18. So, and by professionally, I mean like going on gigs and getting paid for singing at conventions and functions and stuff. I used to do more original music when I was in high school, but then stopped writing and kind of hit like I don't know, the writing just kind of went on a freeze. Um, and then since then I started my doctorate, but I've kept maintaining like performance skills by going and doing gigs, private function and public, just wherever they need to be. I'm not too hung up on it actually, but I would like to perform a little bit more, I think. Look at that, I caught the end. All right, yeah, let's not call Julia a wild dog. I mean, just yeah, it's if it's meant cute, I guess. Basso profundo is to strip plaster off walls. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, infrasound is no joke. So infrasound is like below human hearing for starters, and the sound waves are so big and so wide that it can actually go through a human and cause things like nausea, headaches, vomiting, um, all that kind of stuff. So infrasound has actually been used to disperse groups like protesters or used in other capacities to do with the military. Interesting fact. So I don't know, you got someone keeps bugging you, just point some infrasound at them. No, it's a pretty intense device. I don't know how frequently they actually use it, but yeah, sound waves slow enough to actually go through you and cause you to feel ill. It's intense. Since you started YouTube, have you noticed improvements? I've noticed improvements in that I have people who are closer to my voice type to imitate. So this is probably going to sound absolutely ridiculous, but Floor Jansen's voice type, the setup is something that my voice likes to mimic a little more compared to maybe your more I don't know, TA dominant, intense contemporary artists, because she does use that kind of like length and a dominant, more musical theater classical setup at times. So she's a great example of a vocal model that I've listened to and then been like, oh, that sound, and it's connected a little bit faster for me using her as a model. But yeah, a doctorate that is actually discovering new things in the field, right? Yeah, yeah. A lot of art docs sometimes just become like a massive Dear Diary situation. But alas, no. Mine is surveys, but it's also analysis. Missy Higgins has a strong accent. That is true. Missy Higgins does have a strong accent. Ooh. The BBC recording engineer joked that they would have brought in a seismologist to mic me if they'd been warned. I heard they used infrasound in some horror movies to get viewers a feeling of anxiety. Yeah, yeah, that's a thing. Oh no, blackout. Um, I have an album with Toccata and F where you can physically watch the subharmonics in the speaker cone. Yeah, cool. Cool. Alrighty, guys. It has been an hour and a half. Is there anything else you would like to be doing? I'm happy to keep chatting with you here, but I think we might actually wrap up this little hang session. This was great. I really enjoyed talking to you guys. You're awesome. Um, so you're actually a vocal scientist. Yeah. So I can understand voice science papers, depending on what their angle is, of course. Um, yeah. Plans after graduation. Um, it's so weird. I kind of achieved a lot of the things that I wanted to be doing performance wise. At least the idea of them. I could potentially do it before graduation, but yeah, after graduation, I think I would like to perform more. I'd love to be able to give more to YouTube. Just to have that time there would be fantastic. And then, of course, continue to build and develop the places that I'm working at the moment. Because I think that there's a future there. Thank you for the stream. It has been a great hour and a half. Bring back the box. Bring back the box. Happy 150K. Thank you so much to every single one of you that has joined me here this morning. I really appreciate it. I know that it was fairly last minute. I think I only gave you 2 days of notice to be putting this on, but it kind of was a last minute decision for me because I was like, you know what? It's been a whole year on YouTube. I have loved every single minute of it. This has been such an enlightening and like fulfilling part of my year. Like I kid you not. I've loved speaking with you guys. I've loved discovering new music through you and being able to share some of the insights that I have as part of my background. It's been truly awesome. So I deeply appreciate every single one of you who has subscribed and given me comments and feedback. So always trying to improve, always trying to be better than last time, I guess you could say. But I really appreciate the kind of vibe we have amongst our subs here, which is just enjoying our music, having a fun time while we're at it, and then now we're just casually just hanging out here as my celebration for reaching 150 subs 150K subscribers. Wow, it's just I couldn't have imagined, and you guys are awesome. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being part of my little singing group here on the internet. I'm glad that you guys enjoy my videos. I'm glad you enjoy my reactions. And if there's anything else that you want from me, please let me know because I'd love to be able to give more when I can. I'm so keen to give more. So thank you. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend or the rest of your Sunday if you are in the Aussie time zone. Um, I will I will see you guys when I see you, probably in the next reaction, which I'm hoping will go up tonight. Fingers crossed, tonight or soon. Depends on the copyright. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye.